This whole situation with the Diddy court case is escalating quickly, and now Jaguar Wright has come forward claiming that Diddy may have been involved in the alleged disappearance of the prosecution's key witness. Things just got even more intense than we expected. Just a few days ago, prosecutors shocked everyone when they revealed their top witness had gone missing. No one has been able to reach her, not even her legal team. Initially, it seemed like she had simply vanished on her own, but Jaguar Wright is suggesting otherwise, implying Diddy may have played a role in her sudden disappearance. Considering the ongoing allegations surrounding him, this isn't entirely unbelievable. Jaguar isn't just speculating, she's also backing up her claims with what she calls evidence. It appears she may become a pivotal figure in this case against Diddy. So, who exactly is this missing witness? And how could Diddy have possibly reached her before federal authorities did? Let's unpack what we know so far. Diddy's legal battle was already expected to be one of the most chaotic in recent memory, but no one thought it would reach this level of intensity so quickly, especially not within the first week. That said, things have been turbulent from the outset. On the very first day of the trial, several big-name celebrities were mentioned, including rapper Kid Cudi, Kanye West, Destiny's Child member Michelle Williams, actors Mike Myers and Lauren London, and singer Dawn Richard, who was previously signed to Combs' Bad Boy Records. Some reports also say that Michael B. Jordan's name came up during jury selection. Potential jurors were asked if they were familiar with certain celebrities who might be referenced during the 8-week trial. According to Rolling Stone, Michael B. Jordan had a connection with Cassie in 2015, which was cited in her November 2023 lawsuit against Combs. During a period when Combs and Cassie were separated, she reportedly began a flirtation with Jordan. The lawsuit claims that when Combs found out, he allegedly called Jordan and threatened him. T the time that seemed like one of the more explosive details coming out of the case. But things took a sharper turn when news broke that the prosecution's star witness had gone missing. According to various sources, federal prosecutors admitted that one of the 4 main witnesses scheduled to testify in the New York federal trial might not appear in court. Additional reports indicate that just weeks ago, Victim 3, as she's referred to in the indictment, had committed to testifying. Her statements could have played a crucial role in putting the Grammy-winning defendant behind bars for life if convicted. Yet now, she's vanished without even revealing her identity publicly. According to recent court filings, the missing witness was expected to provide testimony outlining how Diddy allegedly took advantage of her testimony that could have been crucial in helping the jury understand the scope of the allegations. To grasp the severity of the situation, it's important to note that her absence puts the prosecution's case in serious jeopardy. As their primary witness, her testimony was central. Without it, the foundation of the case is significantly weakened, potentially allowing Diddy to walk free. Reports suggest that her disappearance may benefit Combs' legal team, giving them an opportunity to stall or disrupt proceedings. At least for the time being. Image 02, the case was scheduled to be heard by Judge Arun Subramanian at approximately 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, where updates from federal officials regarding the missing witness were expected, along with final steps. To confirm the jury, the defense is reportedly planning to request either a mistrial or a delay in the trial's commencement. Law enforcement officials believe the witness identified as Victim 3 may have gone silent due to concerns for her safety, though they have not provided any detailed information. However, Jaguar Wright presents a different theory. She claims Victim 3 didn't disappear voluntarily but was allegedly abducted by individuals linked to Diddy in an effort to keep her from testifying. What makes the situation more suspicious is the timing. The witness vanished just days after agreeing to testify using her real name. Up until that point, her identity had remained confidential, known only to investigators and the prosecution. The moment her name was made known, she suddenly went missing without explanation. Understandably, this has led Jaguar and many others to suspect possible foul play. Meanwhile, speculation has grown among the public about who Victim 3 might actually be. Some believe she could be Gina Hine, a former associate of Diddy. This theory gained traction after Gina abruptly went silent on Instagram with no recent activity or updates. There's already history between them. Gina previously shared in an interview with Tasha K that Diddy treated her poorly. She also revealed that she became pregnant by him twice, and in both instances, he allegedly pressured her into terminating the pregnancies. What's even more striking is that Gina didn't just speak about Diddy, she subtly suggested that young Miami may have played a role in the situation as well. Observers have been noticing Miami's behavior on social media, and some believe her recent actions support this theory.
Meet his kids. Wow. Okay. Now, when we spoke the other night, you said that things had gotten so serious that you became pregnant. Not once, but twice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When was the first time you became pregnant with Diddy's child?
The first time was October 2014.
Okay. So this was like, what, a year after?
No, not a year, but because I met him in February and then I got pregnant in October.
Oh, so the same year.
The same year.
Okay. And you mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, you're gonna get an abortion, right? And then I was like, I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that
was
wanted him for money.
Okay.
I just care about him, and I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. I was like, I don't want your money. I just want you to be nice to me.
Whether you decide to keep the baby or not.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be fair to say that he was an asshole about it? I mean, offering somebody $50,000 to abort a baby, whew, he must really want it gone bad.
I mean, in the beginning, like the first 3.5 years, the first 3-4 months, he was really nice. But then after that, he started being an asshole. So like I say, like the first 3.5 years, he was like mean to me.
So when you say mean, describe it.
He was like always belittling me, and always like he was like mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first time we've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
There was an incident, of course, with Cassie, where reporters are saying that the police were called because they got into an altercation. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me some of the things that he would say to you.
He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one and she's the good one.
And he was with both of you guys at the same time.
Yeah. And
remember the public exchange between Gina and Miami after Gina shared that photo of Diddy kissing her on the cheek? Miami wasn't pleased and took to Twitter, accusing Gina of clout chasing. She wrote, "Somebody please give this girl some attention." Gina responded via her Instagram stories, saying, "If anyone's seeking attention, it's you. I'm not holding back." Miami accused Gina of using her for publicity, stating, "Attention? I am the attention, let's be clear. Notice me. Girl, sit down. We see you. Relax. You've been hanging around for years just waiting for this moment. If he can't make you famous, I'm not arguing with someone who's got cheap carpet in the house while messing with a billionaire. You wild." Gina replied, "Why so upset, mama? I thought you were a city girl." Miami fired back with, "I am, and that's why I'm with your man, and I'm not going anywhere. No matter how many pictures you post, get that head, get that bread, and leave." Gina also suggested that Miami had a controlling role in how things played out during their interactions with Diddy, and some are now pointing to evidence that may have been overlooked before. During one particularly intense back and forth, Miami even issued a pointed statement saying, "If I wanted you to do something, Diddy would have had you doing it. You've been down bad since I came into the picture. You've been crying about wanting a child for 10 years. You've just been there for him when he wanted. That's all. You're the same person who cried on Tasha K's show because you wanted a baby. Sad." What stands out here is how the theory that Gina might be victim 3 aligns with details shared by federal authorities in the updated indictment filed against Diddy last year. The new indictment states that during the time relevant to this case, Sean Combs, the defendant, engaged in a consistent and widespread pattern of misconduct toward women and others. This behavior was, at times, verbal, emotional, and physical. As part of this alleged pattern, Combs reportedly pressured women into participating in organized sexual activities, sometimes with him alone, and at other times with him and male commercial workers. In several instances, Combs and individuals acting under his direction arranged for women involved in commercial activities to travel to his location. He allegedly ensured their cooperation by controlling their careers, offering financial incentives, threatening to withdraw that support, and using intimidation. The indictment introduced additional charges stating that Combs and members of his enterprise used his fame and influence to intimidate, pressure, and attract women, often under the guise of a romantic relationship. He then allegedly used threats, force, and coercion to compel these women, identified as victim 1, 2, and 3 among others, to engage in commercial sex acts. In return for participating in these acts, Combs is accused of providing victims with money, career-related opportunities, and covering housing and rent expenses. Some of these incidents involved male commercial workers and were referred to by Combs using terms like freak-offs. These so-called freak-offs were reportedly well-coordinated events that Combs organized, directed, and sometimes recorded electronically. To facilitate these events, Combs, along with help from others in his organization, allegedly arranged for commercial workers to be transported across state lines and even internationally. Diddy also faces accusations of coercing women into having sex with other men at his parties in exchange for money. Before diving deeper into what federal authorities allege, it's important to understand one key point. The women involved reportedly did not consent to these activities willingly. However, the federal case claims that Combs pressured them to participate and then made them accept payment, presumably to create the appearance of a consensual transaction. The alleged intent behind this, according to the feds, was to shield himself from legal consequences by framing these interactions as voluntary, compensated services. Considering how quickly public opinion can turn based on the reputation of Diddy's parties, it's easy to see how such claims could undermine the credibility of anyone attempting to speak out against him. According to the indictment, from around 2009 through approximately 2018 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs knowingly recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and solicited individuals for commercial sex acts, and willfully caused such acts to occur. The document states that Combs not only recruited and maintained victim 1, but also attempted, assisted, and deliberately contributed to that person's involvement in commercial sex, fully aware or recklessly ignoring the fact that the individual was being coerced through force, fraud, or manipulation. As previously mentioned, the person didn't willingly take part. And in light of Cassie's accusations about Diddy coercing her into acts she didn't consent to, it's not difficult to understand how other women could have experienced similar situations. Speaking of Cassie, federal authorities claim that even after her public revelations in 2023, Combs allegedly continued this behavior until his property was searched and he was taken into custody. The indictment also outlines that between 2021 and 2024, again in the Southern District of New York and other places, Sean Combs knowingly recruited, enticed, and solicited someone, knowing that force, threats, fraud, or coercion would be used to make that person engage in commercial sex. He is also accused of attempting, assisting, and deliberately contributing to these actions. In particular, he reportedly recruited and maintained victim 2 and acted with disregard for the fact that she was engaging in these acts under coercion. Despite everything that unfolded, Diddy allegedly continued hosting these so-called freak-offs and pressuring women to comply with his demands. The federal government is now aggressively pursuing asset forfeiture, arguing that Combs should relinquish property and funds they believe were obtained through what they describe as a criminal enterprise, given that much of Combs' fortune stems from Bad Boy Entertainment and its associated ventures. This could potentially cause a rapid decline in his wealth. The document further states, as a result of committing the offense listed in Count 1 of this indictment, Sean Combs shall forfeit to the United States any and all interests, claims, and rights, whether in securities, property, or contracts that provide influence over the enterprise described herein. This includes any property derived from the proceeds of the offense, including but not limited to an amount of money in U.S. currency equivalent to the value traceable to the alleged crime. In short, the government is targeting any income he may have earned through these alleged activities. The indictment also stated that the defendants must forfeit to the United States any and all property, both real estate and personal items that were used or intended to be used in connection with the alleged crimes. This includes any property directly tied to or traceable from proceeds gained, whether directly or indirectly, as a result of these offenses. That also includes a specific sum of U.S. currency representing the value of assets connected to or derived from the alleged acts. In simple terms, the government is seeking to recover any property that may have been linked to these actions in any capacity. At the time, Diddy's legal team rejected the accusations. They stated these are not new claims or new individuals. These are the same former long-term partners who were involved in consensual relationships. This was part of their private lives, shaped by mutual consent, not coercion. This particular section led many fans to believe that the statement was referencing Gina. The reasoning behind this assumption seems solid, especially when considering how the timeline matches up. If victim 3 is indeed Gina, then it would follow logically that Diddy would know her whereabouts and how to reach her, at least allegedly. Jaguar Wright didn't explicitly confirm whether Gina is victim 3, but she was clear about one thing: she believes Diddy may have orchestrated something. According to her, it's no accident that victim 3's disappearance coincides so closely with the beginning of the trial. She believes the federal authorities should dig deeper and that whatever they uncover could surprise everyone. Now, the question is, do you think Jaguar Wright is correct in suspecting that Diddy might be behind this? Or is this just another example of her stirring controversy like she's been known to do? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and be sure to check out the next video.